When you walk up to your cat, they will very likely drop to the ground and stretch. Many people watch so-called pet science videos online that say this is just because they just woke up and need a quick stretch to warm up. Then why doesn't your cat stretch when they secretly wake up in a completely empty room all by themselves? Why do they have to wait until you walk over, or exactly at the moment they make eye contact with you, to aggressively stretch their front legs out right in front of you and stick their butt high up in the air, even keeping their eyes locked dead on your face? After long-term experiments, behavioral biologists have discovered that this is absolutely not some unconscious physiological reflex. In advanced animal behaviorism, there is a specific academic term for this called the social stretch protocol. It is a completely voluntary and fully conscious action. The trigger for this action is extremely strict. Your image as their human caregiver must suddenly appear on their retina before their central nervous system sends the command to their body. In other words, this stretching motion is a performance exclusively for you. It's exactly like when we humans are walking down the street and suddenly spot our absolute best friend. You proactively reach out for a huge hug or go for a perfectly synced high five. For cats, this stretch is their highest tier exclusive greeting. Since it is a greeting, what exactly are they trying to say? We need to wind the clock back to the ancient wild era and look at the survival rules of the cat's ancestors. You have to understand that in nature full of hidden dangers, although cats are highly skilled solitary predators, because of their small size, they were also a delicious meal in the eyes of many large beasts. So in the wild, the core of a cat's survival boils down to two words: absolute vigilance. They had to keep their nerves tight every single second, ready to respond to a fatal ambush springing from the bushes. But stretching their front legs out flat and leaving their entire chest and belly completely exposed against the ground. In animal behaviorism, this is an extremely dangerous and incredibly vulnerable posture. In this position, their entire center of gravity is completely locked to the floor. If a threat suddenly occurred at this moment, they would have absolutely no way to counterattack in the first second, and absolutely no way to turn and run immediately. It is literally putting their life in someone else's hands. Which means when your cat sees you walking over and drops down to stretch right in front of you without hesitation, they are actually using body language to frantically broadcast to you that right at this moment they have dropped their defense matrix to zero. They have let go of all their predator instincts. They are showing you their most vulnerable and vital parts. They are betting their life to guarantee that they feel absolute safety around you. They trust you 100% that you will never hurt them. For an animal with wild blood running through its veins, this is the highest level of confession. The even crazier part is still to come. Scientists did a fascinating cross-species comparative study. They observed feral cat colonies in the wild, as well as wild felines in the African jungle, and came to a truly mind-blowing conclusion. This behavior of displaying a deep stretch upon meeting does not exist at all in the world of wild felines. Whether it is two lions meeting or two tigers crossing paths at a territorial border, they absolutely will never use this posture to greet each other, because doing this in the wild is pure suicide. So why is it that only the pet cats we keep in our homes evolved this bizarre and unique way of greeting? This is an exclusive code that cats customized specifically for us humans. During thousands of years of co-evolution between humans and cats, the feline brain is actually incredibly smart. During the long process of domestic taming, they astutely figured out that humans rely on visual and emotional connections. If they stayed icy and constantly on guard like their ancestors, it would be hard to scam wet food and a safe shelter. So they incredibly cleverly rewired their brain's neural networks and developed this set of non-verbal tools exclusively for humans. So please don't ever think your cat is ungrateful again. Just to make you happy and let you feel their love. Their genetics are even quietly altering themselves for humans. Every single time they stretch in front of you. It is a unique evolutionary love letter, written just for you. If this was only communication on an emotional level, then this next point falls into the territory of dark psychology. We call it microscopic chemical claiming. I don't know if you've ever closely observed a cat stretching. When they fully extend their bodies, their forepaws press down hard onto the floor. They even spread their toe beans completely wide open, kneading against the ground like little plum blossoms. Did you think they were just sharpening their claws or popping their joints? You are completely wrong. Deep inside a cat's paw pads hide densely packed scent glands. When their paw pads endure intense pressure against the ground, these glands act like they are frantically spraying perfume, leaving behind massive amounts of unique pheromones right in that spot. To our human noses, these markers are scentless and undetectable. But in the olfactory world, this is a powerful territorial bomb. It is frantically broadcasting to all surrounding animals. This territory belongs to me, and this human is my private property. Especially when your cat runs over right next to your bare feet, or jumps straight onto the bedsheets you just made, and starts madly stretching and kneading right to your face. They are actually using these invisible pheromones to completely wrap you up. From head to toe, they are stamping their exclusive brand all over you. This is an incredibly advanced and highly secretive declaration of territorial sovereignty. Through this method, they mark all the spaces you live in together. As a top security core zone, they are protecting you, but they are also monopolizing you. The second any outside threat smells this scent, they will understand. You completely belong to this cat's absolute safe inner circle. On the surface, you think you are their owner, but in their chemical world, you have long been their officially stamped private asset. Now let's talk about a classic scene many cat owners experience every day. Every morning when your alarm goes off, or right when you open your eyes, the cat guarding the head of your bed will immediately stand up and hit you with an incredibly textbook and elegant morning stretch. Behind this actually lies a cat's intensely strict circadian rhythm. A lot of people mistakenly think cats are nocturnal animals. Actually, to be precise, cats are crepuscular animals, meaning their metabolism is most active and their energy peaks during the dawn and dusk hours of every day, when you fall into a deep snoring sleep in the dead of night. What you don't know is your cat is tiptoeing through the darkness, transforming into a silent vigilante, patrolling the whole house, catching invisible bugs. They are dutifully guarding the safety of the entire empire. During this long, dark night, they have countless opportunities to stretch, but they very patiently suppress this action entirely, making sure to hold it in until the exact moment you open your eyes. In pet behaviorism, this morning stretch is the highest level of synchronization. This is a biological reset code full of ritualistic meaning. They are using this method to very formally hand over the shift to you. They are telling you that last night's guard duty has successfully concluded, and now our shared companion time has officially begun. Human, it is time for you to get up, open a can, and prepare breakfast. Speaking of this, I have to bring up another hardcore point that is frustrating, and that is a cat's high-impact spatial interception technique. I am sure that anyone who owns a cat has encountered this scenario. Sometimes when you are rushing to get out the door for work, or walking down a narrow hallway holding a bowl of hot soup, your cat will suddenly dart right in front of you like a bolt of lightning, and without any warning flop down onto the floor with a thud, stretching their body out incredibly long, completely blocking the doorway. You might think, why is this cat so oblivious? Why not lie down earlier or later? Why right in the middle of the path? Please don't think this is just a coincidence, or them just being goofy. Inside a cat's brain is an incredibly terrifying cognitive mapping system. They know your dynamic walking paths and habits around the house. Even your walking speed and stride are completely mapped out. Choosing to lie down and stretch horizontally in that specific time and space is a tactical interception that has been precisely calculated. They know very well in their minds that facing their fully extended long body, a giant human like you, if you don't want to step on them, must stop in your tracks 100%. In animal sociology, this is an extremely confident, high-status psychological cue dripping with control. They are using their own body to forcefully cut off your physical momentum, forcing you to violently snap out of your crazy, anxious daily chores, forcing you to focus all your attention in this exact moment entirely on them. They are using this bossy CEO approach to remind you, no matter how much money you make or how busy your job is, it is not as important as the little kitty right in front of you. Now, pet me and hold me immediately, right? This second. Now that we've talked about so many fun and interesting points, this next 7th section might require all cat owners to instantly raise their guard, because this involves your cat's life, health, and safety. We need to talk about a very heavy topic, the neurotic lock. When the stretch completely disappears, if one day you suddenly realize that your cat, when they see you, is no longer performing this signature social stretch. They see you walking over and just look at you coldly, or even start intentionally avoiding eye contact with you. Please don't ever think they just grew up and became aloof. In veterinary behavioral medicine, the complete disappearance of the social stretch is an extremely dangerous, top-tier red flag. It usually means one of two very serious problems. Either they are enduring massive long-term chronic psychological stress, or their body is hiding unbearable chronic pain inside. We must understand that cats are animals that are extremely good at hiding pain. If their ancestors in the wild ever showed any weakness, it would immediately bring about a fatal disaster. So even if their body is in agony or their mind is highly anxious, on the surface, they will pretend everything is perfectly fine. But the body's defense matrix cannot lie. If you recently moved to a new house, or a stranger came over, or the environment became extremely noisy, or their daily feeding schedule became a total mess, a cat's sympathetic nervous system will plunge into a permanent high-alert alarm state. Their brain will constantly tell them their surroundings are unsafe and danger is imminent. Under these circumstances, their muscles will develop a structural stiff lock due to fear. They absolutely will not, and absolutely dare not drop their guard in front of you to perform that extremely vulnerable stretching posture with their chest on the ground, because that means exposing their life to danger. There is also another scenario. If the cat has sent you this social stretch signal countless times in the past, and every time you were addicted to playing on your phone, or just hurriedly walked right past them, never giving them any eye contact interaction or gentle petting, the cognitive loop in their brain will decide that this signal is useless. They get zero positive social reward, and slowly they will completely degrade and abandon this behavioral protocol, full of love. If you realize your home has already developed this terrible communication breakdown, what exactly should we do to win back the cat's heart? Next, I will teach you a highly hardcore targeted behavioral reinforcement plan. The next time your cat attempts to lie down in your walking path and sends you a faint social stretch greeting, please, whatever you do, do not just step over them again. And definitely don't pretend you didn't see it. You should instantly stop walking when you are about a meter away. Slowly squat or bend down, proactively lowering your physical intimidation as a giant human. Then let your facial muscles completely relax and cast an extremely gentle and incredibly slow affectionate blink right into their eyes. This slow blink is the highest level of I love you in the cat world. It can instantly soothe their tense sympathetic nerves. Next, you can reach out one finger to gently touch their chin or cheek and give them a few gentle pets following the direction of their fur. At the same time in your daily life, you absolutely must establish a strictly regular feeding schedule without fail, giving their biological clock a sense of absolute security. Try to minimize those sudden high-frequency background noises in the house. You must use your long-term patience and absolute actions to prove to them that every single one of their silent signals will always receive the most gentle, safe, and warm response from you. As long as you keep doing this, you can rebuild their confidence in their environment bit by bit from the ground up, making that perfect body mirror shine with healthy trust once again. A domestic cat's body posture is like a mirror that never lies. It clearly and accurately reflects the true state of their entire nervous system. When they recklessly stretch their body out long in front of you, they are actually whispering to you in the most silent way. Human, I am willing to become a completely defenseless soft spot in your hands, because I know you are the safest harbor in my entire life. Being able to protect this fragile, yet incredibly precious emotional trust is probably the highest privilege any of us cat owners can achieve in this world. So now, it is your turn. Now that we've discussed these 6 super hidden facts about cat stretching, hurry up and look back at your feline boss. What time of day do they love to aggressively show you this posture the most? Do they aggressively block you at the entryway the second you get home from work? Or do they use their fluffy body to completely jam your bedroom door shut every morning? Do you think they are using pheromones to bossily claim ownership over you? Or are they purely acting spoiled and confessing their love in a kitty way? Don't keep these funny images to yourself. Hurry up and smash your magical experiences and your cat's weird postures into the comments section. Let's see in the comments who is truly the happiest asset officially stamped and certified by a cat. If this video completely upgraded your common knowledge and understanding of a cat's inner world, and you found it super useful and mind-blowing, don't forget to casually hit like, follow, subscribe, and share it with every cat-owning friend around you. Every single hardcore interaction from you is my only motivation to keep grinding out high-quality pet science. Click my avatar to enter my personal homepage. There are even more mind-blowing behavioral science videos waiting for you to binge. I am your exclusive pet translator, always protecting that wonderful curiosity for you. See you in the next video.